My name Edmund Yakani, Executive Director of CEPO. I would like to take this opportunity to remind our leaders that as the country is planning to hold election in December 2026, the deadline for creating a good enough conditions for the conduct of the election scheduled for December 2026 is October 2025. Following the recent military confrontation between White Army and South Sudan People Defense Forces in some parts of Upper Nile State and some parts of the country between SSPDF and the IO forces, we are worried that this newly resumed armed violence is eating into the timeline of creating a good enough condition for the conduct of the elections and is causing huge damages and injuries in creating a good enough condition for the conduct of the election as scheduled for December 2026, which its deadline for meeting a good enough condition for the schedule of the election is October 2025. If this violence that started recently continue until the month of May or until the end of June 2025, we are worried that the country may not be ready in creating a good enough condition for the elections as expected to be holding in December 2026. The deadline of October 2025 is critical for the country in creating a good enough condition for the election schedule for December 2026. And the good enough conditions start with the unification of forces, at least by October 2025 is done. Constitution by at least October 2025 is done. Decision on whether the country will go with the new population census for delimitation of constituency could have been reached by October 2025. Voter registration could have been done by at least October 2025. So all what constitute a good enough condition for creating an environment for the election schedule for December 2026 is supposed to be met by October 2025. Now we are heading towards the month of May and still we see pocket of armed deadly violence is going on between White Army and SSPDF and some location between IO and SSPDF. And all of this, as I repeat myself, is causing a serious damage and injuries on creating a good enough condition for the election as scheduled for December 2025. Therefore, we are asking our leaders, should violence be used as an excuse for buying more extension? And multiple times we have said any extension or transitional period is unaccepted. So there are two possible scenarios. No elections, the mandate of the government come to an end and interim government have to be established. Or if you want to go for elections, then stop the violence that is going on in some parts of the country now. In a separate note, we'd like to take this opportunity to condemn the violence that is taking place or conflict or confrontation that is taking place today in Upper Nile State, in Canal location between the White Army and the SSPDF as per the date of today. And this comes as a violation of the declared ceasefire by the CDF of South Sudan People Defense Forces. We are appealing to the warring parties. We should stop losing our lives because of military confrontation. Our appeal goes to the leadership of the White Army and SSPDF. We are demanding, please opt for dialogue. You are all South Sudanese. Who is the enemy and what is the objective of this fight? We know there are political competition, power struggle going on, but that should be sorted out through dialogue rather than through military confrontation that is making us displace our innocent population and us losing lives. Can we respect decisions that were being made, and we have seen the declaration of the ceasefire by our CDF of South Sudan People Defense Force? Why should we undermine that and violate that if we are really a country that respects constitutional governance? So my appeal to all White Army leadership and SSPDF leadership, please, let's adhere for the use of dialogue as a means of resolving our differences. And those whoever is pushing our forces of South Sudan People Defense Forces and the White Army for military confrontation one day will face the law and they'll be held accountable. Thank you very much.